Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Trumpet Fitness on this terrific Tuesday here in Connecticut. Life's good, guys. Life's good. Just got in from a 30-mile bike ride. I'm ready to go, guys. Life's good. Anyway, let's get right to it. You saw the thumbnail. VIZUTTI on mouthpieces. He had one of the best lines I've ever heard about mouthpieces, and I want to get to it. I think I mentioned it. It may be one of the videos I did on VIZUTTI before that, but I want to accentuate it. It's important. All right, haven't played a note. Let's see what we got. Hellacious E flats above double C, and caress the baby. Anyway, VIZUTTI on mouthpieces. Let me preface this a little bit. I was brought up in the Vacchiano school, which means the bigger the better. If you sound great on one, go bigger. If something's wrong, if your chops are screwed up, go bigger. It can never be too big. In other words, the biggest mouthpiece you can possibly handle. Okay, I always felt that was silly. I mean, he wouldn't leave well enough alone. And anybody out there that's had any lessons with Vacchiano knows what I'm talking about. Gee, that sounds great. Sound money sounds great. Bring it down to peppy and have him bore it out a little bit. Why? You just said it. Well, let's just see how if it works. Okay, so we take a perfectly good mouthpiece, come back, ruin. Nah, I don't like it. So anyway, and he had a he got bugged at me. I said, please, what is it? Why does everything have to be big? And he says, look, if you're walking up a hill and I'm walking up next to you with a 10-pound load on my back, who's going to be stronger when we get to the top? Now, I hadn't done any formal education of physiology up to that point, but I knew that was silly. That was silly. Yeah, your legs might be a little, but anyway. So I told him, well, what if I were to put those 10 pounds on a dolly and I sprint up that hill and I do 10 trips in the time you do one, and you throw your back out when you get up there? He got pissed at me, man. There's no answer for it. All right? Anyway, I'm getting off the subject. It was a cute little story, wasn't it? But anyway, VIZUTTI, and I quote, play the smallest mouthpiece you can handle. Now, handle, smallest mouthpiece you can handle, he meant depending on what sort of sound you wanted, what sort of playing you were doing, and all this sort of stuff. In other words, if you could play with a great orchestral sound with a Bach 10.5C, do it. I like that mouthpiece. That was basically the only mouthpiece, Bach mouthpiece, I could remotely play. And if you could play with a good orchestral tone on a 12C, Bach 12C, so much the better. The smallest mouthpiece you can handle. Now he went on to talk and say, depending on what he's doing, he goes from one to the other. Usually he keeps a similar rim. But for lead playing is one thing, for solo playing it's different, for orchestral playing it's a bigger bowl, this type of thing. So he's a bit of a chameleon. But he always, even when he was a kid, I'm not sure if he formulated that himself or a teacher put that in his brain. The smallest mouthpiece you can handle. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb. I can almost guarantee you the way he plays. I do believe, as I said, his tongue is either absolutely what we're doing or a really close facsimile. And the fact that he is not overblowing, I can almost guarantee that he would have no trouble going right into the 1SB. Stan Mark would have trouble. He's overblowing it. Lynn Nicholson would probably have trouble. He uses a lot of air. So, 6-1 has nothing, it doesn't matter. But the point is, the way he plays, he likes the small mouthpieces. The smallest mouthpiece he can handle for what he has to play. I think that's words to live by. I really do. And as we know, the 1SB is probably the smallest mouthpiece ever played. There's some freak things before, but a significant mouthpiece that can be used in mainstream playing. It's not just one-dimensional, it is all-dimensional. And that, to me, is extraordinary. Even to this day, how many years of playing it, I can't get over that. I can't get over that at all. That it is good for any player, any style of music, any trumpet. Anyway, that's that for today. Eat and drink fruits and vegetables and live your life with true power. Not the fake stuff, true power. Love you all.